It's said that it is better to give a resentment than to keep one. And I just wanted to vet something out with you just to tell you what, sometimes what my life looks like. So I had this umpire gig. And if you can imagine the two folks on a very large residential claim were about 1,000,001 apart. Okay. 1,000,001. I mean, some days that wouldn't be a big deal, but I mean, if you're that far apart and you're looking at the same structure, then something's wrong. What I found about the job was that I really didn't have all the receipts. I didn't have everything I wanted to be able to make a determination about the things that were yeses or nos. I started with the roof. The roof had an engineer report from one side and an engineer report from the other side. And guess what? They disagreed. They also, by the way, neither one of them got on the damn roof to say yes or no. The adjuster who originally had this claim also did not get on the roof. He did put a ladder up to it. The adjusters also did not get on the roof, but had a yes and a no. You see a theme here? Nobody got on the roof and everybody made a decision. So I sent somebody qualified without telling them not one single thing about what was wrong with the roof. I said, I want to know the condition of the roof and why the condition is there, if there is a condition there. I'm not telling you anything about it, though. I have no dog in this hunt whatsoever. And just for an example, roof damage to the hip and ridge panels show significant creasing and buckling, likely caused by wind rather than human activity. The inspector suspects hurricane-level winds possible from Hurricane Ian are responsible. The panel issues, the standing seam panels display abnormal bumps, creases, and ripples, not typical of a poorly installed roof. These issues are believed to be caused by wind buffeting the panels over time. So he also identified underlying structural issues where the H clips had gotten pulled right up underneath the metal roof. So, I mean, here we are bringing the receipts, and one of the appraisers who didn't want to give the roof, but had never been on the roof, didn't have an engineer that went on the roof, didn't have an adjuster that went on the roof, doesn't want to pay for the roof because he never got on the damn roof, and he won't look at the receipts. He won't look at the actual report, so he doesn't understand that something's wrong, okay? In the same equation, we have an issue with HVAC. And the HVAC, one of the strongest things on any insurance claim is if you can have the original contractor that did whatever, because he knows exactly what was there. In this case, these guys had a maintenance contract. The people that were installing it the new time were the same people that had been working on their stuff for the last 8 years. They had information on this particular these HVAC systems. They had information on them that was so recent. It was like 2 months prior to the peril. They had done their normal work where they come quarterly. When there was a substantial difference after the peril, and then there was damage to the electronics, damage to the units, and there was a big freaking microbial problem, they made a good decision. And because it was that same vendor and they had kept such good records, once again, something that I thought would be a no turned into a yes because someone brought the receipts. And it doesn't matter when I'm umpire. It doesn't matter if I don't like it. If it's factual, it's factual. I don't have to feel good about it. I don't have to want to do it. I didn't want to buy this roof. I didn't think it was damaged. I looked at it through, I got some really good long telephoto lenses that I spend way too much money on. Don't tell my wife. And, I saw some things that were just suspect, but I was like, I think that's just installation. I just think it is. And, and I was kind of walking the same path of everybody else. But when I walk these paths, I always stop and say, if it's no, why? If it's yes, why? If it's not reasonable and appropriate, then we're not going to do it. But if it is reasonable and appropriate, it's going on the damn award. And, we spend a lot of money in our game, right? We make a lot of decisions in our game. We all do. And doesn't it seem reasonable that when I send you a 4-page letter to tell you why I did everything and give you the receipts for all of it, that you'd get ass hurt? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because honestly, if everybody had looked at the same thing, they should pretty much come out with pretty much close to the same thing. Unless you just wanted a baby splitter. And I don't know how to split a baby. It was a bad idea when they came up with it the first time. So, all right, there. I gave a resentment. But I feel really good about the job, though. And that's kind of the goal. I feel like I did exactly what I had to do, and I can't see how the insureds are going to profit not one little dime, because I think it's right as rain. Peace, y'all.